And I told her you gotta lick a few carburetors to start a toaster. Right? We're not on. I know we're not on. So you know. Oh, hi there. Today, we're going to be going over the 10 craziest watches you have never heard of. And welcome to the Not Another Boring Watch channel with your host, Cool Watch Guy Robbie. The first watch on my list is Bell & Ross Astro. Reference number BR03A-EMMCE/SRB. Wow, what a mouthful that is.
That's what she said.
Michael, please.
The Astro is a quirky space-themed masterpiece, and if watches could talk, the Astro would be the wise-cracking sidekick in your cosmic, Star Trek, or Star Wars themed adventures. With its slick black ceramic finish, it screams I'm stylish, but it also says I can navigate the stars. And then it also says I can point to constellations without even you asking. The lume makes it easy to glow in the dark while telling dumb black hole jokes to your old college buddies. As far as the specs go, it has an automatic movement, steel and ceramic case, the diameter of 42 millimeters, 100 meters of water resistance, but who's going swimming in space anyways? As far as the price go, you're looking to reach deep into the solar system and drop around $5,000 for this one. Next up on the list is the Cartier Crash. Now, many of you have probably heard of Cartier, but I'm willing to bet some of you have not heard of the Cartier Crash. This Picasso-looking timepiece has a funny history that still has horologists arguing for centuries regarding its actual conception. The story most people heard, and the story I heard as well, is a tale as old as the watch itself. Legend has it that in 1967, a Cartier Max C Oval owner was involved in a car crash that included a fire, resulting in partial melting of the actual caseback. When the said owner brought the watch in for repair, Cartier was intrigued by the way it melted and decided to make a case with the actual new deformed look. Others, however, claimed that it was inspired by a Salvador Dali painting, and some just say it was because Cartier was just following times and trends. Me, myself, I prefer the actual burning story, only because it's a little more interesting. Either way, this watch will definitely catch anyone's eye and be the conversation starter for any event. The Crash has a manual wind movement. Usually they are made of 18 karat yellow gold with the irregular case shape. 0 water resistance, but usually comes with a leather strap. My final thoughts on the Crash, let's be real. Wearing a Cartier Crash is like having a Picasso on your wrist every day. Every glance requires a new interpretation. And you might even start to ask yourself existential questions like, is time linear? Or am I late for dinner while sipping your black coffee? The charm of this particular watch lies in its ability to make every outfit feel like a statement piece, whether you're at a gallery or Sunday Funday brunch. But it does come at a large price, so you better go to happy hour if you still want to afford this watch. At a whopping $428,000, if you can afford mimosas, if you can't even afford mimosas, then this watch isn't for you. But if I hit the lottery, this one's on my list. At number 3, I chose the Richard Mille RM UP Ferrari Ultra Flat Titanium. Oof, what a mouthful that one was, too. But if you love racing heritage, and in particular Ferrari, or love the fact that Lewis Hamilton just signed with F1, and you got deep pockets, then this is the watch for you. At $1.5 million, yes, you heard that right, $1.5 million. This watch is one of the thinnest watches in the world with just 1.75 millimeters in thickness. For reference, this thing is 1 millimeter thicker than my maxed out American Express card. Oops. It has a sapphire crystal titanium bezel with a manual wind movement with hours, minutes, and function selector, and is only limited to 150 pieces. One I can confidently say Mr. Hamilton will be on that list. Although I'm a huge F1 fan and a racing fan in general, this piece just isn't for me, even though I couldn't afford even the brochure. At number 4, from the highest price timepiece all the way down to a watch 90% of us can attain. And that is the odd Game Boy inspired gem, the Group C Digisport Chrono. At just $399, this is the watch far more feasible than the latter watches I had on this list so far, with colors having that 80s vibe, a digital easy readable display, stainless steel case, sapphire crystal, and a water resistance of 30 meters with a lug-to-lug of 42 millimeters, a thickness of 10 millimeters, make it over quadruple the thickness of the Ferrari watch in the previous review. But with that, with this kind of money, you can buy thousands of these bad boys for the price of that one RM. This watch comes in a variety of colors, but my fave has to be the turquoise and red version. Coming in at number 5, very nice, are both from the micro brand Studio Underdog. These both get my mouth watering for some reason. Oh wait, that's because both of these watches are inspired by, you guessed it, food. The first is this colorful bugger with red and green backlays that resembles watermelon. With a name to match, this may not curb your appetite, but it definitely will make you wish a watermelon season was year-round. This delicious watch has a 38mm lug-to-lug, a 2-layer watermelon-themed dial, a bespoke caliber movement, a long 50-hour power reserve, and a leather strap to match. And just for under $700, this is one watch that will thoroughly impress your family at the next barbecue. Now the second watch from Studio Underground is my favorite of the two. I feel like I should be drinking a pina colada on the beach somewhere with this watch on my wrist. Now fair warning, if you hate pineapple on your pizza, then look away. Myself, I'm a weirdo and I love pineapple on my pizza, so apparently so does Studio Underdog. This pizza themed watch is sure to be a hit at the next pizza workday party with your thin 1 of 28 slices of pizza. At number 7, we're going to go with a little gem from Mr. Jones's watches. The Ricochet watch is a quirky little arcade Futurama-ish inspired watch with a price tag around $425. Surely at that price tag, you can definitely keep up with the Joneses. No pun intended. Anyways, this one will have you glued to the time display, which is cleverly inserted into the pinball scoreboard. The artistic masterpiece, which was created by none other than Ryan Claytor, whom had a deep love for pinball, wanted to have his favorite pastime reminder on his actual wrist. This watch comes in a stainless steel caseback, jump hour movement for the scoreboard, sapphire glass, and is waterproof, but I would not recommend swimming with this watch as it will definitely rust the robots. Yes, that was a joke. If you're in the middle of a battle with that blind pinball kid, you'll be glad to know that even though he will kick your ass, you can walk away knowing he can't see what time it is. Next up is from a brand you wouldn't think would even make this kind of list, but somehow it did. It's the "Who cares, I'm already late" Rolex Milgauss. To be clear, Rolex didn't actually make this watch, but a Paris-based watch mod collab did. If you're the type that always is late and still want to have a stylish wrist game on, then look no further. With numbers 1 through 12 tossed around like pizza dough and scrambled more than your grandmother's runny eggs, this watch will confuse the best of us. But who cares? You're already late, right? At 9, we start to clown around a bit with the ever so goofy Joker watch from Varennes Constantin. Not to be confused with Vacheron Constantin, but the prices from each brand are most definitely comparable. This dial features a full Joker face using the hours and minute dials as wandering eyes, and the smile consists of the moon face portion of the dial. Limited to 99 pieces, you're hard-pressed to find one, but if you do, expect to pay anywhere from $12,000 all the way up to $60,000 online for certain versions. Specifications vary as well, but the Steel Joker version I found on Constantin's website has a steel case, leather strap, 38-hour power reserve, with of course the Joker's face. And number 10 on the list. What do you think when you hear the word Honda? Me, I think of old motorbikes, lawnmowers, and little eco boxes. I definitely would never think of a watch. Well, the powers that be at Honda wanted to find out how to get the